Welcome everyone to our second video from the clan Castlekocks. Today we're going to talk about the perfect rush game. This is one of my favourite games I've ever had on Age of Empires 2, and we are currently doing a 4 versus 4. So the team on today is myself, Idiotic Fools, on with Bulgarians. I have then got, who's this guy? That's it, King of the North. And he is working with Kaimer today. He doesn't usually play Kaimer, so this is kind of a new one he was trying for today. Again, we are also working with Devil's Knife today as well. Devil's Knife are generally our newest member to the clan. Just picked up the game a few months ago and getting on really well with it, so that's cool to have him on board. And I introduce our most our best player in our clan. This guy is called Emperor Bobo. This guy is a machine. When we battle against him, it's just not fair. It's a 3 versus 1 is fair for him. 2 versus 1 isn't fair. He'll just trash the two of us. So, but he's our heavyweight. He's our heavyweight kind of guy. So he's a general rounder. Been playing it for years. So Emperor Bobo is our best player in our team, in all honesty. However, all 4 of us have different kind of play styles. So Emperor Bobo is playing as humans today, and let's check out our competition who we're versing today. So we are playing against iCobra today. They are Koreans in the grey. We've got Andy Hobbs. He's Cumans again. So 2 Cuman factions there, and we're playing Tianjiao Hamkun. Byzantines is what he's playing with, and we're also looking at Destroyers, and he's playing as Ethiopians. So quite a nice, interesting mix of factions there. So the tactics how we generally play as a 4-way is myself. As you've probably seen in my last video, I'm an early aggressor, always early aggressive. I don't care about economy, just enough to keep it going. I go in there first wave, take out the nearest enemy I can, to hopefully slow down that, while I leave my other boys to boom up and then chuck me some gold, army, etc., resources and things when I tend to fail. So really, I don't do long games. I'm not a long game player at all. My score, as you can see, is not great. It never will be that great because I'm constantly churning out, bashing people in the head with infantry. So I can see, my move first of all is I've got my little villager down there. I always tend to send one villager and a sneak attack behind the back of the base, so they're not expecting it. And my barracks is going up. So that's my first general standard play for what I tend to do. So I've scouted blue, and I'm going for him straight away. Meanwhile, the rest of the boys are starting walling up, so they all agreed to wall up on this one. So King of the North walling up quite nicely there, and doing a good job. Top of the chart so far. And Devil's Knife as well, just doing a deco, not walling up at the moment, but getting there slowly. And at this point, Emperor Bobo was like, you know what, I'm not sure what I'm doing really on this game. The initial plan was I was going to strike really early on the first enemy there, with the other 3. So King of the North was going to back me up here for resources and army, and Devil's Knife was going to back Emperor Bobo up on an attack from the north. So that was the initial plan. And then as we kind of hammered down the enemy, we were going to then take the gold in the middle. So it's always the top of the lead. Not for long. So these guys are obviously going fast castle. Now, in this game, I think for gold rush, you fast castle is generally the meta kind of thing. But yeah, no, he's about to get a bit of a hammering for me there, really. Yeah, meanwhile, Emperor Bobo has got 2 TCs going on there, so he's set up a second one, which is in their advantage. They can build 2 of them. So that's good booming. Emperor Bobo is a really good boomer, so he's just generally good all round in all fairness. It's so difficult. So that's me going in with my first wave. Again, 8 to 7 knights, fully upgraded with the auto upgrade for Bulgarians, which again really helps things for the good of the early assault. Taken by surprise. Early rush is good if you can surprise them. If they find your barracks or whatever, then you kind of lost surprise, and then you lost the panic effect that you give the enemy. So okay, so ball and archery now as well. So, and there is a market on the roll there. So that's cool. So early pressure's on. So that first objective is going really well. So in the other effect, the enemy here are walling up. So again, Devil's Knife starting to wall up there now as well nicely. Sending a few archers just to do some sneaky sneaks. Meanwhile, King of the North is just boom, boom, boom. In the middle, interestingly, the guys have already started to go for the middle. Okay, so they're focusing everything in the middle. Interesting. The blues and the greens are already in the middle. We're not even bothering touching that. Meanwhile, my attack's going pretty well. Take out the market. Take out their market. They can't share resources. So that's a good building to get rid of in the early game, pretty much. So yeah. I had no idea what was going on in the middle of this stage. I wasn't looking in the middle at all. All I was doing is focusing on that. Meanwhile, as always, my base. Absolutely nothing there. Anyone attack me there, they would cause me a lot of problems. Okay, in the centre, you've got the Blight Blues coming to try and take the centre as well. A bit of pressure going on from the Greys and Emperor Boba there. So there's a bit of a... Emperor Boba starting to spawn a lot of stuff. So that's something I've still got to learn yet. I've still not quite got that. Okay, Light Blues coming for the charge in the middle. So, at this point, none of us saw any of this. None of us really scouted the middle at all. We weren't doing any of that. So yeah, so Light Blues are making, this team making a very good push for the middle, which is what you would normally do, I think, in this kind of time of game. Meanwhile, the Light Blues base, their town centre is still there. But where are all the villages? Gone. Obviously mining gold and stone at the moment, so yeah, the pressure's good. So Destroyer's coming down on the list, pushing on top of the chart. Interesting though, no support from green, so I don't know when these guys were talking or not. Probably not, in honesty, but their focus is always going to be in the middle. Emperor Boba making a push there for the walls. He's already gone to castle. Everyone's kind of up to castle now, which is good. There's my crap post going up there. Making a charge there for the walls there. Put a bit of pressure on the Greys. Greys playing a good game. Greys playing a very good game. Emperor Bobu looking pretty good, still booming quite nicely. Devil's Knife untouched, just walling up really. Emperor Bobu on a bit of a... getting a bit worried because these Light Blues are doing quite a lot of support there for the Greys, so that helped them out quite a fair bit. Okay, TC and the castle up. So these guys are starting to spank all the gold out the middle. So we're kind of in a bit of trouble, really. Green's coming to help the Light Blues. Dark Blues, sorry. Yeah, Pikeman making my horses... hurting my horses quite a fair bit. So he's spawning the right units, but it's keeping it away from the middle. Determined to get rid of their town centre. Determined to get rid of that. However, Light Blues are pretty much... I say gone, just built a castle. They got to Castle Age. Gone is how they did that. They got another TC up there. Again, didn't see that at all. Just been kind of wasting my time on this patch. I should have moved on to the Greens maybe and just done some eco bashing with them in hindsight, to be fair. So, and also I didn't see these guys at all. Mad in stone. Emperor Boba, what's going on this? Everyone's on castle now. At this point, I was shouting to my other guys saying, "Guys, get the middle. We need to get the middle sorted soon." So Long Swordsman doing some quite a lot of damage there, or good distraction anyway. Light Blues charging more stuff in. Light Blues are going. Look at this! Look at this! Yikes! Kipchaks, they're quite good. Everything's the guys have got the middle. These guys have literally got the middle. At this point, I couldn't see it. But I was literally shouting to the guys. Oh yeah. So the Dark Blues thought, oh well, screw you. You're taking my base. We're going to wall you in. Not with houses, not with walls, but with castles. So, from this perspective, I was like, okay. I got these annoying castles to deal with. So, a relatively formidable force here. Now, if they sent those here, I'd be screwed. Literally, absolutely screwed. However, they didn't. They sent them another way. So Emperor Boba there, got a couple of castles on the rim there, so that's it good. Starting to kind of close them down around the top. Meanwhile, Devil's Knife supporting, walling up that kind of thing. So he's doing obviously all the wall and Yiko here. And there we go. King of the North, elephants on the hill. So this is quite good. So these guys starting to box in the guys in the middle. Emperor Bobo and Andy Hobbs are now in Imperial. So out come the Trebs. So it's a war for the middle now. Wasn't the best move there for Emperor Bobo there, but never mind. So there we are, elephants coming in. Bashing out that TC, which is good. Meanwhile, Green's kind of still having a battle here. That myself trying desperately to get rid of these castles and get out of this box. Failing relatively miserably. Blue's still going despite being hammered. They're not giving up, which is another castle now. So now I've got 4 castles surrounding me. So I'm just literally just more distracting these guys really more than anything. While the push for the middle continues. So those elephants, those ballistic elephants, are pretty good. They're amazing. They're absolutely hammering those horses over there. They ain't going down at all. So that's literally all attacks on the middle. You've got everyone in there, apart from Devil's Knife. He's kind of just chilling out, booming again, finding some resources. So he's definitely doing the eco stuff from that. More stuff coming up from Emperor Bobo. Lots of stuff coming up from Emperor Bobo. More villagers coming in. Getting some gold now. We're getting a bit thin on gold at this point in the game. Destroyers is gone. He's gone. Blue's given up. Blue's given up. So for us, that was a massive advantage. In we go. Meanwhile, yellow's completely undefended. Red's completely, well, apart from my forward base. My area hasn't been touched. Grey's starting to spawn lots of these guys. What are they? I keep calling them herbal gurgles. I don't know what they're called. Oh no, elite skirmishers is the other ones I keep getting mixed up. More blues coming in, desperately trying to kind of keep their base, but no chance. Emperor Bobo's got his castles on the hill. So King of the North. A great rally assault by those guys there to take the middle. Meanwhile, Green's a bit distracted by me still having me. Green's having a bit of a castle war. And however, gold was still tight. We didn't have much gold at this point in the game, so yeah. So still dominating the middle really well. Here comes Devil's Knives. Road Raiders. Oh, I should tell where he's coming in with, so that's good. Taking out the Greens' military muscle. Meanwhile, Grey's. Oh yeah, Grey's coming in. Grey's coming in for a sneak attack on Emperor Bobo. No one saw that coming. Taking out a lot of villages. Light Blue's caved in. Yeah, you kind of know, once you've got the centre, once you've got the gold, and you've really got the goal, which these guys really have, there's no stopping really. Unless you build a boatload of trash. These ones are doing quite a bit of damage to Emperor Bobo here. A lot of damage to his eco, but this is Emperor Bobo. He's probably got 20,000 bits of wood anyway, kicking around. So, he's not too worried. He's got the gold in the middle, why should he really care? Great, Devil's Knife supporting. Meanwhile, I'm kind of stuck in the sand a bit here. No gold. Towers, castles everywhere. Not going very well there. So my kind of reign has stopped. You can see on my score there, 5,000. Still pretty trash. Emperor Bobo's getting absolutely annihilated by skirmishers. The Greys are going absolutely nuts. The Greys aren't happy. Again, Scorpions from Devil's Knife, very effective there against the infantry. Which is good. Meanwhile, in the centre, untouched, just gold everywhere, which is good. Slowly starting to push down these castles very slowly. It's a slow game down on my perspective here. The elephants all pushing up to the greys now. We're trying to keep Emperor Boba going. The greys still going. They're still spiffing out units. Got Trebs going there as well. So it's still a bit of a... Although they're 2 men down, Cobra is still playing a really good game. Oh. Just the onages just destroying everything. But you know, I've got some newfound respect for ballistic elephants. Look! They're amazing. There we go, the Trebs. There we go. Goodbye, Grey. We went back down here. Just kind of a same little tiff-taff between myself and the Greens there. 3 castles to 1. Am I Imperial yet? Oh yeah, I'm Imperial now, so I'm starting to build Trebs now. There we go. Yeah, okay, I'm Trebs. Oh, there we go. Meanwhile, still quite a battle here. Greys are doing extremely well, seeing there's like 3 armies on him pretty much. Devil's Knife supporting with some Trebs as well. It's good to see. There he is in now. There we are. Oh. So yeah, still trading a little bit there. Still got a bit of trade going. So that's good. Emperor Beru's his army's fine. But still, good resistance from the Greys there. Back to the Greens. Still trading. They're trading really well. That's something we didn't do. Look, no trade at all. We completely forgot about the trade. But never mind. We've got a gold in the middle, so who needs to trade, right? But I was lucky. Oh, look at this! What are these? Siege towers! The first time I've seen them actually in this game. Well, in the second edition, I've not seen them at all. I kind of love these things. They just look completely ridiculous. Look. I've not seen them in multiplayer ever. Anyone ever use them? Ever build them? Ever? It's a bit of a shame, really, because they're quite funny, but yeah, they're kind of pointless, really. But I wish they made them better or bigger or something like that. Maybe Lord of the Rings style, potentially. Right, anyway, gold's been sucked up here. Kim North base is looking good. Light blues. Again, they gave up a bit early. They could have kept going. But yeah, Andy Hobbs kind of knows if you've got the centre, you're kind of dead. But again, depends on what you produce. You can win with trash. You can win with trash units. You can just keep winning with them. You don't necessarily have to have gold to win the game, in my opinion. We've lost many games to having the gold superiority in the map, and guys just chucking legions of trash at us. Trashes like skirmishers and Hurgle-burgles, I like to call them. Yeah, Greys are gone now. Greys are gone. Finally, I've trapped down all their castles. So Greens are going down now. The gold's run out. The trade's still there though. The guys are still trading quite well. But again, maybe what I've learned is to just ignore this bit and just make the push around and come through here on the back. But then again, Green's castled up very well, so they're castling strategically well, so it's a bit more difficult to attack them. Yeah, there go the Greys. To fair to the Greys, that's 3 armies on them. That's Emperor Boba, King North and Devil's Knife all together on one of them. That's the way to do it. So I really like this map. I love the tactical advantages of it. The golden middle is literally that's it. I think that is the ultimate. You've got to kind of eventually get that to keep going. And we almost lost it. This is why I love this game so much. We almost lost the golden middle. It was all thanks to the other 3 guys, Emperor Boba, King of the North and Devil's Knife, uniting together to make that united charge push, coordinated, to take down those yellows, to take down those light blues. There we are. The elephants are behind lines. Yeah, here we go. I'm in now. And the reds. Job done. So our plan initially was going to be reds and yellows. So me and King of the North go to the south, take out that flank. Then you got Devil's Knife and Emperor Bobo at the top. These guys are going to take out this guy first, and then we go for the gold. So what kind of happened in the end was I was on my own beating the blue, which worked, and distracted, and took a bit of concentration off the greens. And luckily, just by chance, eventually, the grey didn't push as much as we thought they would. And thought, okay, when we noticed that actually they were putting lots of stuff in the middle, now was the time for all those guys to put every effort they could in to capture the goal in the middle. Capture the goal, take out one teammate, and hope you should win the game. So, great game. Thank you, iCobra, Tinjan Jun Hun, Andy Hobbs, and Destroyers for quite a fun game. Quite a good game. Quite a good challenging game. Thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. See you soon.